Do you know what the beauty is of boating shows? Daydreaming while visiting wonderful boats. Do you know what's great about the boat show? That if you can't come to the shows, we'll be the ones to take you on board the boats. This is Absolute Navetta 75, the flagship of the Absolute Yachts fleet. Well, let's go on board and take a look. This is the swimming platform and it is fixed, but there is also the option of having it hydraulic. The width is 1.86 by 5.21 meters. Here at the stern, the lines certainly further expand the perception of spaces and important volumes. Here are the water and electricity connections. Of course, they are also on the other side, but the really important thing, one of the first gems of this boat, is what's inside right here. Look at this. Let's go. This is the crew quarters. Here we have the private captain's cabin. In this configuration, there is an additional berth. You can have yet another additional berth instead of this table. I have navigated a lot in life, and believe me, these areas are always cramped, narrow, and claustrophobic. Does this seem claustrophobic to you? Honestly, not to me. You have a sea view, and then the kitchen, the private bathroom with a separate shower cubicle. This is a luxury for the crew. And then again, a dryer, a washing machine, and direct access to the engine room with two kings of the engine room in the centre, two Volvo Penta 1350s with 1,000 horsepower each. The maximum power that can be installed on the Navetta 75, but in addition to the engines, there are also the systems, the organisation and, above all, the large volumes to be able to work in maximum safety and comfort. But now let's go and discover the upper floors too.
The
cockpit on the main deck was designed with removable furnishing accessories. The only fixed furnishing accessory is the wet bar with an integrated mooring station. Is it optional? Yes, but for me, it's not an option not to have it on board. The rest is all freestanding furniture, which greatly increases the perception of space in this area. They also used other tricks that I'll show you now, such as floating steps, so the fiberglass module could be narrower. And then the air under the pulpits, and last but not least, the glass of the bulwark, which gives a beautiful view of the sea. This is the main deck lounge. Look, the perception of the volumes is gigantic, thanks to the very large windows and the area under the pulpits, which merge the internal environment with the external one. The essences of the wall units are dark, glossy lacquered elm and canaletto walnut. The walking surface is made of natural oak. Two Minotti sofas in fabric. Central is the marble coffee table, and as an option you can have a leather chaise lounge right here. But in my opinion, one of the gems of the Navetta 75 was the arrangement of the kitchen. Here is a walnut table for 8 people. The kitchen is beyond this bulkhead. Come check it out. A discreet environment with private access for the crew. From here, you go to the external walkways. Instead, from here, you go to the navigation bridge. For maximum space management, these are sliding doors, and here on board the Navetta 75, we will find plenty of them. However, they are not normally used in the nautical field. Marble effect top, excellent for separating the owners and convivial areas, which must have their privacy from the work environment. But if by chance a ship owner wanted to prepare delicacies for his guests with his own hands, well, Absolute has thought of this too. You can do this. And so the kitchen has become a huge open space overlooking the sea to maximize the conviviality of the moment. Marvelous! Over here we have the navigation bridge, or better yet, the captain's kingdom. It is definitely futuristic, beautiful and studied down to the smallest detail. 3 very large screens plus another 4th general recap screen. From this side, you go up to the flybridge, thanks to the dedicated service access. Yes, because the entire organisation of the spaces in the Navetta 75 has been designed to best divide the owner's area and his guests with the crew's work area. This way, they were able to give the owner and those who work maximum comfort and, above all, privacy. Here we find the second helm station, the second cockpit, 2 seats, one for the pilot and one for the co-pilot, and large screens that resemble those we saw before in the navigation bridge. At the bow we see a large sun deck, all walk around for maximum accessibility to the manoeuvring areas. There are also cup holders and even smartphone holders, which is very interesting. Here in the centre of the fly, there is a large central table that can host up to 8 people and is positioned under the shade of a truly impressive hardtop. There is also the version with the hardtop that can be opened to allow the sun to directly illuminate this area as well. 2 very large wall units, one to starboard and one to port, surround the table. Here there is the possibility of installing anything: 2 grills, refrigerators and the sink, of course, but it's not the kitchen. Oh no, because the central kitchen, as we have seen, is on the main deck. This is a second reference. It's a really large wet bar. And then another area on the fly, the one we can define as the postprandial area. It's this one right here, where you can relax under the rays of the sun, just like in the main deck cockpit. All the furnishing accessories are not fixed. They are removable, so you can choose the layout as you like. A gem from this area? Well, it's this. The bulwark is here, but you can't see it, and it makes this whole area a beautiful private terrace overlooking the sea. Let's go and take a look at the cabins. Here is the access for the first VIP cabin, and guess what? It has a sliding door. It's a full beam cabin with a vanity, or you can choose to use this space as an office. It's up to you. There is a beautiful sea view. There is a central king-size bed, so space and comfort come first. And then the very peculiar choice of splitting the bathroom area into 3 different parts: the toilet, the shower, and a real marble sink, where you can observe the view you want, either yourself or the sea. The choice is up to you. The second VIP cabin also has a sliding door, but with transversal closure. An excellent job of geometry on board. Private bathroom with separate shower cubicle, marble top, double bed, and a gem. An immense walk-in closet. Look at the volumes, and it contains another gem within it, a passage. It almost looks like the wardrobe from Chronicles of Narnia, because it takes us into another world, from the owner's living area to the technical area. Look how wonderful. Look at the volume of this technical compartment. Of course, now it's full of things because of the show. Up front is the bow thruster. This is great news for the crew. Here you can work really comfortably. A third bathroom with a separate shower cubicle, naturally always the marble top, and then the single cabin. But where is the owner's suite? It has its own private access. Let's go see it. And here is the owner's cabin. It's a master cabin and it's separated from the rest of the boat. Here we are at the bow, and the bow belongs to the owner. You can also see the difference from the other cabins because it does not have a sliding door. Here you have space for a really massive door that is also soundproofed. Of course, there is a memory foam central king-size bed. 2 similar wall units continue the elm and walnut essences. One on the starboard side with a splendid sea view, and one on the left with a vanity area for the lady. And there is also a dedicated walk-in closet with a safe. Then there is the master bathroom, which is beautiful and huge. You couldn't ask for more. 2 marble sinks and then again separate areas. You have the toilet on the left and the separate shower cubicle on the starboard side. Look at the volumes and think how beautiful it must be to take a shower overlooking the sea. How wonderful! So even if you weren't able to make it to any boating shows this year, we made it happen for you by taking you on board with us and some of the most beautiful boats of this edition. Truly, what you can define as dream boats.